stop right there. If you're learning to fly FPV in a simulator, there's a 99% chance you're making at least one of these mistakes. And this is bad because as easily you can trash your real FPV drone, waste time in simulators, or even worse. And here in this video, I want to share with you the top 5 mistakes about kind of every FPV simulator makes. Well, including myself as well. Mistake number 1. It's actually jumping to real drones too soon. And wait, please don't skip this, okay? This is actually true, it's very true. Way too many FPV pilots I saw jumping into flying real FPV drones only after a few hours of sim practice. And this is wrong. Just because you can take off, cruise, or even pull off some tricks in the sim, it does not mean you're ready for the real thing. If you can't take off, fly a simple course, land without crashing, and repeat that 20 times in a row, you are not ready. Do not rush it. I personally had about 100 hours more or less in FPV simulators before I flew a real FPV drone in acro mode with confidence, right? And this is not about confidence, guys, and neither you have to go that far. But still, take this as a guideline. Fly about 20 times in a row with no crashes and execute simple landings, and then you are ready, okay? So here's how you can do it even better. In Liftoff Simulator, we are using Liftoff as today's example. There is a setting called God mode. Well, disable it, and basically when you crash your drone in Liftoff Simulator, it will show you there as been crashed or been damaged, partially damaged at least. And now try to do those 20 flights. Take off, do a simple flight, and land 20 times in a row with no resetting. If your drone is alive after those 20 times, well, then you're definitely ready to fly an FPV drone in the real world. So here we go. Mistake number 2. Using game controllers or just bad FPV controllers. Now, let's put it like this. If you're actually serious about FPV, invest into a proper FPV radio controller. One with real gimbals. Alright, gamepads like an Xbox or PlayStation controller can be used in FPV simulators, but it will train your hands, your fingers to move the wrong way. And this is why an FPV remote controller does not have any kind of spring tension on the throttle gear. And this is crucial to fly FPV. Every other type of controller have. I don't have with me an Xbox or PlayStation controller, but you know how are those. If you play with the stick, it will automatically self-center. The throttle gear will self-center. That's not an FPV controller. This is actually what you need. And also, it is important to mention that an FPV remote controller, actually a good one, a decent one at least, have the sticks actually super sensitive to movement, which is crucial for precision flights, wherever we talk about FPV simulators or the real world FPV flights. Alright, let's go to mistake number 3. Skipping calibration, rates, and tuning in FPV simulators, okay? Yes, you can practice just well without tuning your virtual quads, but the rates are actually important to create and maintain, only for your flight style, okay? If you're trying to learn racing, or if you're trying to learn FPV acro freestyle, or just smooth flight, cinematic, everything have different rates. If you do not learn those rates, if you do not create your own rates that feels the most comfortable for you to use in every single FPV simulator, and as well to use on real FPV drones, you're playing with your skills, because you are learning yourself to control very well a drone with a specific set rate wherever it is in FPV simulators or real world. And then you're changing, and you're changing again, and you're changing again. It's the same thing like you're trying to learn to play a guitar, and you have the same guitar for years, so you know every single thing about your guitar. And then you start playing in 1 week about 10 different guitars. It's not the same feeling, it's not the same skill that you have with your own guitar. The same applies to FPV simulators. You need to set up your rate. But on top of the rate, yes, you need to calibrate your FPV remote controller. Okay? Indeed, in some FPV simulators, you can practice without even calibrating. Your controller is recognized, you can get straight into the simulator and you can start practicing. But this is wrong because without calibrating, the simulator does not know how to read your endpoint sticks and your controller properly, which doesn't make it accurate for you to practice in those FPV simulators. It takes less than a minute to do that, and you should do it with every FPV simulator. Okay, you don't need to do the PID tuning or any kind of advanced stuff. But at least with every FPV simulator, calibrate if you can, a little bit of tuning your quad, and most importantly, well, nearly most importantly, create your own rates and use them across all the FPV simulators and across your FPV drone. And that's important. And now mistake number 4, and this is a real one, and trust me when I say I'm doing that as well. Okay, I'm doing this mistake as well, and kind of nearly everybody does. When you are practicing in FPV simulators, we tend not to practice the recovery and emergency skills. Yes, even I do this mistake when I practice in FPV simulators, and this is a rookie move, to be honest. Because in real life, crashes happens, and if you do not know how to instantly disarm your drone, arm your drone again, use the turtle mode to flip the drone upside down, disarm, arm, turtle, disarm, arm, turtle, and how to act when you're about to crash your drone, then you are going to be met with these challenges in real life. And when they will happen, you can get in trouble because you will crash your drone straight away and you can just waste it. You need to learn how to practice the turtle mode, how to arm the drone, and how to disarm the drone within the FPV simulators, and do that every single time you're crashing. Because with the FPV simulators, like doesn't matter the controller, you usually can map some axes, some buttons for different functions. Like arm, disarm, you can put it any kind of the buttons, arm, disarms, turtle mode. And you flip your drone and you disarm it, you arm it again, turtle mode, start flying, disable turtle mode. You got the point. Anyway, remember this. And here I want to share with you yet another mistake that many people do it, and including myself. We treat the FPV simulators like a video game. On the core base, it is a video game. But we should not treat it as such, because if you're only trying to have fun in the FPV simulators and never trying to improve your skills, your abilities, something specific to repeat that so many times until you can do it, then you're not gonna see like big progress, and you're gonna spend a lot of time. Of course, you can just have fun in those simulators. I do have fun all the time, and when I jump into a simulator, it's not always to practice and learn different new skills. It's just to have fun, to relax. But if you want to learn, especially if you are at the beginning and you want to learn how to fly an FPV drone, try to focus on specific skill sets one by one, and try to focus on the simulator as a simulator, not as a computer game. Okay, so to conclude this, if you're doing any of these mistakes, trust me, you are not alone. I do the same, okay? I tend to never use disarm and turtle mode in FPV simulators. I tend a lot to consider it as a game and just practice, not practice, but more playing it than practice a new skill or improve. But there are many more bad habits we tend to do when we practice like this. And if any of those comes to your mind, please do not hesitate to leave a comment in the section below, okay, and share it with us. Maybe we can update this video with some new information. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done it so already. And I hope to see you next time.